How special. I'll put it in that direction right there. Hi. Hi, loves. How are you? It's bright and beautiful in California right now.
Looks good picture.
For those that may be on, let's do a sound check. Can you hear me okay? If you can hear me okay, you probably hear the sound of running water. Do you hear that peep? That's Ronnie. That's our little baby hummingbird sweetheart that was born in this garden in a nest that's directly behind me. I was called to create this full moon ritual for you that was gifted to us by the fabulous Latham Thomas, Glow Maven over on Instagram, who's an incredible birth doula and so many more things, a magical being that's gifted us via the Many Moons Lunar Planner 2020, our full moon ritual for today, which is incredible. So I'm going to take a quick peek, sweeties. Oh, good. I'm glad that it sounds good. You're here and I'm here, and this beautiful, gifted to me, fully cleansed and charged green, and I want to say it correctly, aventurine is with us to do the works of the Scorpio full moon. Oh, such a luscious time to let go. Such a luscious time to feed the knowing that our darkness and our feelings create new life. We have so many special things to dive into today. I'll do my best to keep my sunglasses off here and there. I would like to kind of tell you with all the love in my heart, when we change locations for our live stream broadcast, it's with incredible magic and intention. That intention is that you see that I choose to be the body for these works to flow through to you, that my visibility has power, and that the works that we illuminate also have power, and that this body is the altar in this ever changing life. So the landscape has to change too, lest I indulge in some idea that perfection exists and I create a static, non changing form when all there is change. I know a lot of people want to talk about death and taxes being the one constant in our life. I argue with that. I think all we have is change. Death is a big, big change. And Scorpio holds the story of death and our transmutation inside of those deaths. Oh my goodness, I am in my feelings with this Scorpio full moon big time. So, my loves, because we're in a new location, we have to be open to the dynamism of newness and change. I hear my neighbor watering their garden right now, so that'll probably last for about 5 minutes. They go along the wall. They have big leaves of palm, banana palms in their yard, and they make a really specific, super, I think, enjoyable thrumming sound as the water beats on it. I sure hope that it doesn't fly over the wall and show us the ultimate grounding that water is and conductor that water is and electrocute us here today. Wouldn't that be spectacular? What a way to go on a Scorpio full moon on a live stream, yeah? So I'm going to let it happen. You'll hear sirens. I was having a nice text with my neighbor the other day, well, yesterday actually, talking about these times where our traumas are so triggered with all the sirens that are going night and day, as most of the people in this town are sheltering in place, and some of them are aggressively not sheltering in place. So you'll hear those things. If anything should happen to our transmission, if we have any kind of wonkiness in the way that it looks or sounds, I will head back inside right next to my Wi Fi modem and we'll fire it back up. I don't anticipate we'll have very many challenges. I don't live in a very big house. So my modem's just on the other side of the window right behind me right now. It's with incredible intention that I'm here, and my feet are bare, touching the sweet earth, as that is a huge prompt in Latham Thomas's fabulous, beautiful full moon ritual for us today. So let's begin, even if it's wonky, like we always begin, even if that's sometimes wonky. Do you hear the water? It's so perfectly Scorpio that they started watering right when we began our live stream. We have a good relationship. It's not a relationship where I'd pop my head over and say, "Sweetie, can you keep it down while I do my witchcraft?" It's a good relationship. And it hasn't gone to those places yet. I'm open to that. We're also in a really specific space behind us with our hummingbird nest bones, for the babies have moved out. And before me in the foreground is an area that I have just cleared out and prepared to create a raised bed to grow some food and some plant medicine. So there's a ton of intention to my bare feet and our gathering being exactly where it is. It's a lot of work for my kids, Faye and Boone. They have a lot of incredible dedication to my practice and taking good care of all of us. So huge, huge super snaps and love to my two teenagers, Faye and Boone, for their assistance with our broadcast all the time. It's amazing. So we have 2 candles to light. And one of them will be shielded from the California breeze in this hurricane lantern. Scorpio's colors are black and blood red and other mahogany colors and midnight blue. And I had to light this red candle, which has been in action since September. My loves, here comes that water. Of course, it's closer right when I want to strike this wooden match. As I light this candle for the collective, to alert our spirit guides that we're here, we're open, we're listening, and we're ready to receive the messages that are meant for us. This is not the first thing that will burn today. There's so many beautiful enactments in Latham Thomas's fabulous and Glow Maven's fabulous ritual. There we go. I wanted you to be able to witness that. And then I have another candle, which I'm very excited to light for us. This might even be a little more challenging. It's with incredible gratitude that I light this candle for all of you that are subscribers to this channel, where you're welcome, wanted, and needed as I create these works of magic that are so, so important to me and I feel so fully called to do. And your support with the subscription makes it so I can do more. So thank you so much. This is a dressed and blessed candle that I burn for the rest of the day. Each video that I create, I do a candle service for all of you subscribers. I am hoping and praying that this stays lit for this entire transmission. Ooh, there's those waters. I hope that you feel the blessings and the magic of those scorpion waters as they blow by in our works today. I find that the work of water being sprayed behind us is very much in keeping with this magic. I'm trying to show you the flame, the mesmerizing flame in this dressed and blessed candle for all of you that have made it clear that you believe in the magic that's created in this field on this channel, with that array of droplets behind us and the earth before us, where plant medicine will be created very specifically for us. And here they are. Look at these sweet babies. They're so beautiful. I've shared this before that I have the world's most sensitive eyes, so I'll pop my sunglasses on and off as we gather. These sweet babies are knit together with spectacular intention. These sweet babies are our teachers. These sweet babies are our cosmic medicine, our magic that were gifted to me hand to hand from a very powerful Bruhekis, the incredible Madre Jaguar. I have words to begin our service from Madre Jaguar, and I'll share them with you now. They are an incredible creatrix and have gifted us with a beautiful blessing today. They are a Scorpio Sun, and they have shared with us on Instagram and given me very specific permission as we traveled through copper wire and satellites to communicate just an hour ago. They're in Mexico and Oaxaca, in their sacred ancestral grounds right now. And at the end of January, the wonderful Golden Dome School created an amazing event that was Tarot-thon for Indigenous Earth Justice. And Madre created an invocation and blessing for those of us that were volunteer tarot and oracle readers at the event. And in doing that, they handed us physically seeds to grow and learn from inside of the land where we planted the seeds, to also grow and learn from the dance of seed and soil, learn from the efforts in our animal body, creating a seed and soil lovemaking, which is now here because the fabulous Berhekis, Edgar Fabian Frias, had an art spell that my family attended, and this is my spell, creating soil that was fed with the compost worm juice that I moon infused, now called moon juice, and the seeds from Madre Jaguar in the soil that are growing in this really special golden honeycomb vessel, which all has spectacular meaning for me. The wonderful Madre Jaguar says, "Happy super full moon in Scorpio, my loves. As a Scorpio Sun witch, I'm here to lovingly and gently remind you that there's a great empowerment to be found in the deep mystery of life. Don't run away from the darkness and the deep waters. Don't let them overtake you with fear and doubt. Be curious and discerning, and remember that you were once a seed sprouted within a deep cosmic waters. You've known darkness and found light and life there. Release the need to control, to know the outcome, to direct and orchestrate. This is a time to surrender to the flow. The flow is love itself. Let what is rotten and dead fall apart, fall away and disintegrate. Why hold on to it? Offer it back to the earth with gratitude and reverence. Only then can the new life that's ready to rise above the darkness like a tender sprout be revealed, and find the humor in it all. Step out of the rigid ego, break through the illusion. You're dreaming, and laugh at the cosmic joke. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but laugh anyways. Oh, Madre Jaguar, you amazing, spectacular being. I can even with their bio. They created the amazing Mystic Bazaar at my beloved Desert Days, the music festival and creativity art magic festival that our precious, precious friends, Julie and Phil, create. It's so many worlds are woven together at Desert Days where I have raised my kids, Faye and Boone, and they are knit together with that magic. And many, many years later, did I come in contact with Madre Jaguar through so many threads, many of them having to do with Edgar Fabian Frias. There's just this interlocking, supportive, grand shared web of life. And so much of it leads in this magical way back to ourselves. Really, all of it leads back to ourselves for our efforts, our lack thereof, our rest, our ability to project forward is all woven into the web of life. And these are the little babies that are the enactments today that will sink into this sweet earth back here that's fed with the moon juice from my blood mama and myself. So utterly scorpion are these layers. So thank you, Madre. Love you so much, Mama Jaguar. You're so exquisite. Be safe, be well, be cozy in Oaxaca, and feel the love of this worldwide coven. I will, of course, link all of the information about Madre Jaguar so you can easily hop onto their sweet, sticky section of the web and just hang out in my Instagram stories where I'm in this radical, ecstatic lovemaking with the land that I'm wrongly and wonderfully occupying. It's both. All of us in North America own so much blood in the soil in California, live on stolen land. So I'm broadcasting from Tongva territory and doing my best to undo the harm and dismantle the systems. I hear that bird song that sweetens the blow. So, darling loves, we gather in the name of love. We gather together from all of the corners of our sweet earth. And we have our special candle service going for those that are knit just a little deeper into this space and for the collective. We'll call in the corners in just a moment. I would like to take a peep and say hello to those that are here. I have a nice witch's brew that I will sip here. Faye created this today. My sweet and precious daughter, who's just a month shy of their 14th birthday. Everything they're creating right now is just sustaining this family. It's so awesome. I believe they were making a blackberry sage brew, and I'm going to taste it and see. It's beautiful. It's blackberry sage. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of being a teenager. I was turned on to boysenberry and blackberry tea when I was a teenager. This is gorgeous. The canister, that's the Republic of Tea. This is the Berry Sage Republic of Tea, and it's gorgeous. I know they have other magic woven. I taste ginger. I taste a little vanilla. I'll have to check in with them, but I'll put that in the description of the video as well. Delicious. Okay, sweethearts, here we are. Oh, that's so good. And I might pop my regular reading glasses on to say hello to you darling loves that are here. I see this, beautiful, happy chat with one another. I just adore how you all take care of each other. Jen's here. Hello, Sister Witch. Love you so much. Hi, Noelle Lacroix. Can I call you Lacroix? I must. Hi, Sydney. Hi, Leluche King. It's good to see you. Light Wands Tarot. It's good to see you. Hello. I've been seeing you this week over on Instagram, and I love it. Dahlia, I love you. I'm so glad that you're confirming you can hear what's going on. Ever's here. Hi. Hi, beautiful. Oh, yay, Dahlia. You just rock my world. Hi, Jenna. It's good to see you. Hi, Edgar. I love you, sweet love. There's so many threads that are interlocking. And those threads, Edgar, from us, they beam out. And they have the source of nourishment that each person needs to receive. That grabs that thread that's floating in our transmissions, in our big time air transmissions. I just love when I see a spider shoot her spinneret that floats in the breeze to capture a surface and go again and again. I just love that spinneret. Okay, darlings. Celeblin, it's so good to see you. You're almost always with us, and I love that so much. Hi, Jared. It's good to see you. Oh, good. Oh, you are going to freak out. This ritual is so gorgeous. Hi, Jordan Ormond. It's good to see you. Thank you for wishing everyone well on the full moon. Oh, I think that we've got this. Yes, Faye is such a gift. And is everyone barefoot or anyone barefoot? Hi, Holly. It's good to see you. Okay, cute hearts. All right. And Lana's here. It's good to see you. And sexy, is it Bexy? I see the word sexy when I see Bexy. It's good to see you, sweetheart. Hi, Devin. Good. I'm glad that you're here. We are glad that you're here. So, darling loves, back with the softness so I can look deep into your eyes. And I hope my Linda Farrow glasses make you as happy as they make me, because it gives me the ability to see. Linda Farrow created a brand back in the 70s that was about celebrating face jewelry, and I love that. I saved up $5 ever for these sweet angels, and I love that she's got that crone energy to a lasting sort of companion that reveals her magic. I love adornment, and I love full moons for celebrating beauty. So, Faye brought back a beautiful altar for us, which has a branch that my mother gave me from a tree that they had as a little teeny tiny holiday tree, a Christmas tree that was put into a bigger pot. My mother has the greenest of green thumbs. And this, we don't know if it's a cedar, we don't know if it's a juniper. It has a feeling of hardiness like a juniper. It's growing like a yew tree, which I know is not a big American thing. That's a big English thing. That yew tree will be in our backyard. We're hoping to put that in sometime before the next full moon, and I will, of course, show you lots of photos on Instagram. In dreams, I kick that witch vlog back in over here. And also, this is a cosmos from my mother's garden. She grew this from seed. Isn't that gorgeous? And my loves, let us turn to our altars very specifically and psychically if needed. We turn to the north, the element of earth, our body, our abundance, our food, our home. And we call in those guardians that are so appreciated, needed love, desire, through the ecstasy of our full moon. We count on the fullness of our body, our home, our food, and say, hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the north. More water flowing behind me. Be here now. Oh, and a breeze kicks up and the flame ignites. Beautiful. There she is. very bright out here. I don't know how much contrast there'll be. Dahlia, when we gather sometime soon, will you teach me how to be a filmmaker like you? This is all completely knit together from my heart. I have zero academic, really anything for the works that I'm creating. So Dahlia, someday over tea and a lovely cake, let's talk filmmaking. Now we turn to the east, the element of air, our communication, our moving images, our poetry, our music, the bird song, and the way we receive it, our psychic messages, guardians of the watchtowers of the east air. Be here now. My loves, turn to the south, the element of fire, the part of Scorpio that behaves and appears to be fire and is fully the opposite, water. Guardians of the watchtowers of the south, with your sweet secrets and passions, your sexuality, presentation, trauma, and glory, and orgasms, and climactic energy. Be here now. We turn now to the west, which is water, the perfection of water, the life-giving waters of our blood magic, the life-giving water where our dreams are born, those seeds are nurtured, and our appetite is wet. Our oceans of emotions and the depths from which we crawled. Guardians of the watchtowers of the west water, be here now. Now we spiral into the center of our altar, where this bird song and cosmos and candle reside, to remind us of life, of our truth of being alive, of our knowing that all there is change. Guardians of the watchtowers of the spirit of life, they have 10,000 names. Please be here now. Because it's so bright and this altar is so beautiful, please allow me to take a photo of it so I can post that on Instagram later. I'll set this, and I would like you to kind of see our setup. I think I'll go video today and let you see everything that's going on. I'll start over at the pond. You can hear that scorpion running water. And you can see the witch's brew. And I'll bring this to my lap that sweetly holds our altar and burning candles and cosmos and mystery branch. And all of you say hello. Come see me on Instagram, honey loves. And this is the earth right here where we'll be creating our raised bed and the bones of the operation and the hummingbird nest back there, that incredible. I don't know if that's a house finch that's calling. Don't we love that song? Okay, my loves, I'll set this aside for logic and we'll jump right in. I feel so ready for this enactment today on so many levels. Starting our year off with the fabulous hydromancy spell is all leading to this moment that we're in now. Everything is yes, and yet the specialness of it wants to be seen and heard, like a newborn baby in our arms. So I feel the need to share the lovemaking aspects of our works that we're celebrating in the Many Moons Planner from the inimitable and amazing Sarah Faith Goddess Diener, who I love more every day, for they have just created so many generous works of art and magic, and also like lose none of their edge doing it. I love that they hired the 13 magical folks to create the enactments in the full moons of the Many Moons Lunar Planner that they did. In this particular ritual, you will have the ability to burn and bury and feed to the soil your experience, and feed the soil also the wild, beautiful waters that you are nurturing your pain with, you're nurturing your pleasure with. For both are needed, night and day are needed. So, a vessel of water and a dried plant to burn, a piece of paper to write on, and a vessel to burn those in. I have a little baby cauldron right here and some juniper from my yard. We utilize juniper berries to summon the fairies very often. I also have a cone of myrrh that I'll be using. Please pardon the air traffic overhead. I'm not scared if you're not scared. We'll do it together. Before we get started, I feel called to share with you the glorious poetry of Audre Lorde. I give you on a night of the full moon, out of my flesh that hungers and my mouth that knows, comes the shape I'm seeking for reason. The curve of your waiting body fits my waiting hand. Your breasts warm as sunlight, your lips quick as young birds. Between your thighs, the sweet, sharp taste of lime. Thus I hold you, frank in my heart's eye, in my skin's knowing, as my fingers conceive your flesh. I feel your stomach moving against me. Before the moon wanes again, we shall come together, and I would be the moon, spoken over your beckoning flesh, breaking against reservations, breaching thought, my hands at your high tide, over and under inside you, and the passing of hungers, attended and forgotten, darkly risen. The moon speaks, my eyes, judging your roundness, delightful, glorious. We've shared this poem in this space before. It's just so good. And there's so much in every syllable, every beat of that rhythm, that it could be read every day and we'd still be fed more. So, darlings, so much magic to share today. This is Darkness Gives Rise to the Light, This is the May full moon in Scorpio by Latham Thomas. Thank you, Glow Maven. Oh, I'll link lots and lots of ways to contact and to weave in with Latham Thomas in the description of our video today. They've been very generous with their reaction to the broadcast today, and I'm just tickled and moved to have this forever bond for me of all the creations in this lunar planner. So thank you, Latham. You're spectacular, and your phenomenal works of magic are received with humble honor and total deep bow and gratitude. Honey, you're so amazing. May's my favorite month, not only because I was born in May, well, happy birthday to you, honey, but because the blooms in the northern hemisphere are ever abundant. I will give my vision a little boost here. You hold on to those ever abundant May blooms for our birthday beauty. Here we go. The colors are vibrant, and the evanescence, warmth in the air signals a type of surrender. The bird song. It calls for the opening of the cosmic cervix. This is when buds that were once tightly bound soften and yield, pulsing into ecstatic full bloom, a divine dance of energies spun in the darkness, marked by a rebirth. This full moon in Scorpio invites us to bow at the altar of our souls and live into our emotions, retreating into the recessed space where our feelings reside and where our creative energy coalesces. Dive deep, receive a breath in through your nose, and exhale. Here we're swaddled in the safety and support of those who truly see us, who can hold me when I am my most powerful, my most vulnerable at the same time, who will lay hands on me, pray over me, sing for my benefit, who will mother me as I birth anew. This lunation is a reminder that full bloom surrender is made possible when we accept the invitation to heal, that the only way out is to go in. Visiting the darkness is a powerful pathway for healing. So much of our focus in spring is on what we can see in the light: flowers, baby animals, and butterflies as an expression of budding life force. But beneath the soil are organic root system and microorganisms that work symbiotically to support the plant we see thriving above the ground. Babies gestate in the darkness of the maternal womb to be born into the light. At night, our bodies undergo tissue repair, cleansing, and restorative cycles to build us anew for a new day. It's darkness that carries us through the threshold of pain, where we meet our growing edge and surface on the other side, transformed. All things grow in the dark. You see, we have been taught to fear our darkness, our mysterious pull, our emotional landscape, like the underbelly of the moon. Living under a veil of white supremacy allows us to seek and embrace the light, yet sit in deep discomfort with our own darkness. We rename it shadow and disassociate ourselves from this necessary part of our existence. But darkness gives rise to the light. We are governed by the darkness and the celestial pull of the moon. Ah, Latham, honey, I need to create the quote and just blast that everywhere. That incredible masterclass of white supremacy separating us from the nourishment of our darkness. Oh, I'll do everything I can for the rest of my days, Latham, to honor your works in total and complete, luscious love of my gratefulness. Thank you. She continues and says, you see, we've been taught to fear our darkness. I already said that. We are here summoned to surrender, and that requires us to dive deep. Many of us have learned to be ashamed of the very beautiful attributes that make us uniquely ourselves, and of the complex feelings that sit on our hearts. This full moon reminds us that the shallows don't offer enough depth for us to heal. Receive a breath in through your nose and exhale. Ma. You are a holy expression of all that there is. You are nature, and nature is change. You are being called to examine things in your life that need change, weeding, healing. The full moon in Scorpio invites us to be fluid, to really ground ourselves so we can invite the fluid transfer of energy with Mother Earth. Are you ready for some writing prompts? If you have something to write with and hands that are able to record that, we'll do that now. If not, you can go to, if you have the privilege of a telephone, a little section in here which has saved me again and again with some of the ways that I'm intimidated to learn. And it is called Voice Memos. There's a red button. You can tap that red button and record these prompts. I will also create them in the description of this video. Let's do this now. What in your current belief system is hindering you from blooming? I'll read that again slower. What in your current belief systems? I love that current talks about water, that ever-changing modality of water. What in your current belief system is hindering you from blooming? If one of you sweetheart moon babies has the ability to write that prompt in the chat, that would be greatly appreciated. If Faye or Boone are listening and they can write it, that'd be fabulous. If not, that's okay too. The second writing prompt, and I think that we should all, after all of these gorgeous 5 writing prompts, we will take a nice little sip to stay in our Scorpio feelings. Beautiful. Oh, Faye, that is so good. Thank you, honey. The second prompt is, what is the darkness inviting you to cultivate? Thank you, Latham. This is so good. What is the darkness inviting you to cultivate? And now we drink. I look so forward to meeting Latham in real life so I can share with them my total and complete gratitude. They have just changed me again. I'm blessed by this work. It's been an amazing 48 hours sitting in the pocket of this work where my emotions have filled that space. I have had the incredible honor of being called to give birth naturally twice. So that wasn't even the birth. That was the call. I'm grateful for the call to give birth naturally. And inside of that, I listened to the call. I'm grateful for the listening. And then I answered the call and said, I'm ready. I'm grateful for that answer. And I'm grateful for the experience of choosing a supportive environment for that natural childbirth experience times two. And then I'm grateful that my body felt good and could do that work. And I'm grateful that I chose it again. Every minute of that cervix dilating and those big radical surges and waves of energy. And then that moment of the first breath of my babies. And I have been able to relive that in many ways in the last 48 hours, specifically through Latham's amazing midwifery work that they do. They're so amazing. You are going to, if you're not turned on to their work, have the time of your life. Oh my goodness. The next prompt is, what would your life become if you committed to living as a fully expressed version of yourself? Wow. Here we go again. What would your life become if you committed to living as a fully expressed version of yourself? Beautiful. Sarah Faith Goddess Diener's gorgeous works of art are throughout the book, and this became the beautiful logo for last year's Witches Confluence. It's on the back of this beautiful ritual here. And we all drink after that prompt. If you have the time and space and need and want to write after these, please feel free to do that. You can get back to it later. This is a wild and free space. The next prompt is, what part of your ancestral legacy are you ready to confront and shed in the name of healing? Oh, how much time do you have, Latham? What part of your ancestral legacy are you ready to confront and shed in the name of healing? Aggressive sip of tea. And the final prompt is, what will be your legacy? Yes, what will be your legacy? And I'll hold this so you can look at Sarah's art as I read the next section, for this is where we will create our ritual enactment now. This is soilful soul meditation. Oh, it's too bright. You can't see that. I'll take a picture and I'll bring it over to Instagram, honeys. Here we go. Soilful soul meditation. What you need: a container of water for ancestral offering, resin or plant matter to burn for purification, and a lighter, your paper with reflections folded up, outdoor space, if not possible, wood surface, access to living plants. House plants are fine. If you do not have access to a safe, clean outdoor space, you may practice this ritual indoors on a natural surface like hardwood floor, and you can utilize living house plants. I would like you to connect with the dark soil outside. I'm going to bounce our babies on my lap here as we read these works. With your bare feet, stand on Mother Earth. The functions of our cells and nervous system are governed by electrical power and pulses of energy. Here we go. Fields that also affect our body's electrical rhythms. I'm sorry, I skipped a line. I want to start over. I would like you to connect with the dark soil outside. With your bare feet, stand on Mother Earth. The functions of our cells and nervous system are governed by electrical power and the pulses of energy, electrons, and fluids in Earth's core generate continuous, powerful magnetic forces and complex energy fields that also affect our body's electrical rhythms. Damp soil is more conductive and can accelerate the benefits of this grounding practice. This practice feels best when the sun has warmed up the earth, but can be done in the dark. While receiving restorative support from Mother Earth, we're also prompted to release through our bare feet. Stay here for as long as feels comfortable. Spread your toes and sink your feet more deeply into the earth. Inhale and uptake nutrients through the soil. As you exhale, release tension. Visualize a feedback loop where energy moves from your head down and out through your feet and up through your feet, through your body, and back up to your head. Ground yourself here and begin to feel the pulsing rhythms of nature. Listen to the music of the ambient landscape, Mother Nature's sacred soundtrack. Let's enjoy that together now. I didn't know that we had a mourning dove in our neighborhood. If we wouldn't have stopped to hear this, I wouldn't have known that. Thank you, Latham. You know that mourning doves, it's not spelled like MORN, like the morning time. It's spelled like the suffering, the depth of our emotions. Mourning dove, MOURNING, mourning. And this era, this season, this time leading up to our Scorpio full moon has been a time of mourning with a spectacular array of things to let go of and fears to confront and release. If you have, and because you have things that you've lost, listen to the song of nature. Gently release the constriction around the suffering and the pain, and emote that now. Let it flow into the current and move through your life new. I understand that we coil like a snake around things we're protecting. We're afraid for that suffering to move through our life, so we coil. And the suffering wants to be alive too. And so it struggles. And the constricting goes further, and the musculature is activated more, and we surround it, we constrict more. And then there's more layers of pain and suffering as we're exhausted from holding this pain. Relax, release, relent, relive that pain, and allow yourself to express down into the soil, to let all of the orifices of your body, every pore, release some of that suffering, to be sloughed off in ritual baths and drained down, 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 to return to the oceans of emotions and relate to your suffering in a new way. Thank that serpentine coil of protection for surrounding your suffering when you needed it to, and release and relent and let go. Let's have a nice sip of our brew, shall we? Thank you, morning doves. These teachers, these seeds from Madre Jaguar, are real singers. Don't we have so many wisdoms that are flowing today? Look how resilient they are. They can go from side to side and they can move. Wow. I love them so much. Okay, cuties. Different eyewear is called upon. Let me bring these babies back to my lap. When it feels appropriate, gently open your eyes and light the resin or plant matter to purify the energy field and to create a space where spirits can breathe easily. Let's see. If I put this here, would you be able to see it? Or here? There we go. It never ceases to amaze me how cooperative magic is, how here for us all the elements are, that the breeze is just cooperating so beautifully for all of us. In this moment, I also placed a small amount of dried marigold from the full moon of Halloween 20 years ago, that in many ways is informing these works today, as I am so incredibly called to honor my lifetime of witchcraft in this space. The match is still burning. The myrrh cone is still burning. The juniper is still burning. And here I am outside in the sweet breeze, just marveling at the cooperative nature of our magics today. Oh, how beautiful. And now we cleanse the feed Myrrh and juniper are so beautiful together. The water that you hear is a little pond that my sweetheart dug when I was fully and completely 9 months pregnant with my glorious daughter, Faye. Everywhere that they have lived, they always dig a hole and line it with rubber and stack up some rocks and shove a hose in it and make running water sound. They are a Cancer sun and they can't help themselves. They have to have the sound of running water. It's juxtaposed now with the sound of suffering, the sound of sirens, alarms. I cleanse the space where these works of magic happen. I cleanse the space in the name of love. I cleanse the space in the name of our full moon enactment. I call upon my ancestors, and I call upon their lovemaking that made me. I call upon their works of magic, and I call upon their suffering to fully inform these works of magic. Wow, I just realized I also received this cauldron at the full moon enactment from 19 years ago on the full moon of Halloween, 2001. Amazing. I forgot all about that. I had a totally different vessel I thought I would burn this in, and then this happened and I spaced on it. Faye helped me collect everything today, and this is what wanted to come. I'm moved. The works that I created in the Many Moons Lunar Planner are from that ritual from 19 years ago, that full moon ritual from 19 years ago. So all of this is just incredibly magical. And I burn these plant medicines and gifts of myrrh for this coven. For all of you that can be seen in the work and those of you that can't be seen in the work. This is for you. And everything I do is a love letter for Faye and Boo. State what you are creating these works of magic for and who you're creating these works of magic for now. I feel the need to hold on to this as we continue on. Isn't this a beautiful ritual? Be comfy in your body now. Move just a little to create some undulating space, some movement to allow that constricted energy of the coiled snake that held your trauma to now breathe free and allow that movement of energy and suffering. Identify a plant that you will anoint with a water offering as you speak to your ancestors, first honoring them before you ask for support. It had to be this branch that my mom insisted that I take home the other day, and this moon-infused water. Oh, gosh. I feel pretty solid. Oh, I love the way the smoke looks, bringing the elements together. I'm in awe of my ancestors. I'm in awe of how their lovemaking made me. I'm in awe of my ability to find the strength to continue these works. I'm in awe of the ability that I have to create these works with Faye and Boone, as somehow, some way, magic would have it that we're all together under the same roof. I live to be the body that was made from your lovemaking to flow these works of magic straight to you. Consider calling in the names of your guides, inviting them to be present with you. And with each invocation, pour water over the plant, soil, and say, please drink. So we will be doing this together. If you can put up with seeing me bang around behind us, I will be giving this imbibement, this liquid love, to the soil that supported the plant that the hummingbirds built their nest in during our time together at my home. Love that bird song. Excuse me. I creak just a little tiny bit with my new hip, so just let me warm it up a little bit. And here we go. Thank you for being here. Please drink. I love you for being here. Please drink. I am yours forever. Please drink. Be here now. Oh, look at this. A bee has joined me. Oh! I certainly hope the light caught that honeybee that I still hear buzzing around. There they are. They want that water. And I'll keep this so you can see in case they come back. They're on the table now. Beautiful. If you have your paper and your reflections, read it aloud and allow anything else to come to the surface, witnessed and supported by your ancestral guides. Fold the paper and light it, letting it burn over the soil. Bury the ash under the earth. A return to the cosmic cervix. Rebirth. Happy full moon. So it's time for us to burn and bury. Personally, because I do a lot of burn and burial magic, I feel like torn paper works really well. If you'd like, it sounds nice too, ASMR vibes. And it has wonderful edges that like to pick up flame and heat. So my reflection will be buried into our fabulous ancestral garden that will be built anew. I'm really hoping my sweetie and I can create that this weekend. I've got the spot all laid out and I've been watering the earth. And let us do this burning together now. I'll move my hair, cuties, and see how magic wants to cooperate once again. Oh, if this cauldron could talk, and they do, I have done the spells that brought me my babies, our homes, and the works that we're creating together. What a beautiful flame. I feel very safe. It's just the right amount of warmth. I want you to know, in case this is something that any of you are afraid of, I feel very supported and calm and happy. And I burn this in the name of love for all of us, whether you have the agency to do this burn and burial practice. I will also capture lots of it to create my witch vlog with and other delicious morsels for us here on the channel and over on Instagram. What a beautiful flame. Oh, I do so love to fuck with the fire. I just can't leave it alone. It burns so nicely. What a cooperative, beautiful burn. I'm feeling so much magic and so much support right now. Oh, Latham, thank you so much. And Madre, thank you so much. And Magic, thank you so much. My ancestors, thank you so much. Mary and Lilith and Venus, thank you so much. I like that they just spoke to us with a crackle. How fabulous. Wow. That must be the crackling of the marigolds from my ritual from all those moons ago in 2001. Wow, that's so gorgeous. I believe that, my ancestors speak to me through marigold. That's a very serious ancestral plant, and one that I think is just gorgeous in a witch's garden. So this beauty is just so special. I'll put this back here where you'll be able to witness the burn. How beautiful. I want you to know a little bit more about the amazing Latham Thomas. They're a wellness lifestyle maven and birth doula. Named one of Oprah Winfrey's Super Soul 100, Latham is the founder of Mama Glow, New York's premier maternity lifestyle brand, and a women's center. Latham has initiated hundreds of doulas into sacred birth work and her global program. She is the best-selling author of Own Your Glow and proud mama of Fulano. www.mamaglow.com and also on Instagram at glowmaven. Oh my goodness. Incredible. Their book, Own Your Glow, is something very special. I recommend it highly. I am humbly just grateful for their works of magic. Oprah, you know what you're talking about. Let's all take a moment and process together. Full moons are excellent times to celebrate. And on Scorpio moons, we've got to celebrate death. We've got to celebrate what we're releasing to the wild. And do you hear the crackling as I talk about death and releasing to the wild? How's everyone's ritual treating them? If you're consuming this magic after our live stream, please populate comments and share these works far and wide. The world deserves this magic and deserves the incredible Latham Thomas more. So share away and ping that algorithm in these frat houses. So exclusionary to femmes and especially folks of color. So we're here to create the quilt and the tapestry with the strands and threads of who we are. And when you blow up comments and you share these works, we are woven louder and prouder into that algorithm that we're transforming. So, darling loves, I'm going to take a little peek and see how everyone's doing. We will create the Empress spread for this full moon in just a moment. And tomorrow, I'll be back at 12:30 for something super special. I just feel that gibbous moon flooding me. We'll do pure interaction, pure free magic, all tarot, all free. Okay, so I'd like everybody to show up and get tarot cards from your mama witch tomorrow. I'm sure I'll have a poem to start our service, and of course, we'll call in the four corners. The works will be just pure tarot tomorrow. Okay, sweethearts. And some other oracle stuff too. I've got a wild pendulum practice going right now. So maybe we'll have some pendulum work as well. So please come back. That'd be great. Okay, cuties, I'm going to take a little peek and see how everyone's doing here, honeys. It requires some shifting and changing. Here we go. Oh, good. I'm so happy to see you. Oh, hi, Erin. Oh, no. You didn't miss anything. This lives on my channel. All the works that we create live on my channel. They're evergreen. And we're still here. So you're okay, sweetie. Give yourself a hug from all of us. Okay, honey? Okay, honeys. So we'll take it. Oh, hi, Dahlia, you sweetheart. Oh, you're so inspiring. Hi, Edgar. This is such a blessing. Oh, Light Ones Tarot, thank you, honey. And Abby Lynn. Oh, it is amazing and beautiful, these works of magic, aren't they? Oh, and Erin's saying that they were hoping to catch the live stream. They've been working. Oh, bless you, sweetie. Good, I'm glad you feel the love. It's here. It's real. Hi, Elise. Hi, sweetie. Oh, I know, Latham. Oh, my gosh, Madre. I know, and the smoke is still rising from that little tiny baby cauldron. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, this is a really special enactment today, sweethearts. Hi, Empress ASMR. It's so good to see you, honey. I'm glad you're here. I loved your live last week. And I'm mystified with how you create your magic, where it's just a dark field and your glorious angelic face. So you have such a beautiful set. Thank you for being here, honey. Hi, Kat. Oh. I know the birds are so good. Bless the Fae. You're so right. All right, cute hearts. Anybody have any special questions? Our Empress spread, and I mean that when I say our Empress spread, because this is for you. It is for us, because we truly are better together. Is utilizing, I'm obsessed with Laura's amazing luminous void deck. I'm avoiding saying their last name because I don't know how to say it properly. It starts with a Z, and Z last names, I mean, like you lucky duck. That's such an awesome name. I think it's Zuspan. This is the luminous void that they've created. I mean, I'll sing to that too. Look how gorgeous these oblong cards are. They're so natural, so stunning. And I'll show you one of the gorgeous paintings if you can see it. This is the, oh, well, friends, it might not be seen so well. We'll show you later. This is the Ace of Cups. They're watercolored. They're stunning. So let's shuffle and talk about the Empress spread. The Empress spread itself is a 2-card spread. And I love 2 cards for saying spread. It reminds us to spread eagle, open the legs, give birth to your magic and dreams and wisdom. The first card is to celebrate what's wild within us. It's meant to be a wild tongue enactment of exactly what you think and feel the moment you think and feel it. It all wants to be honored. And then the second card represents our freedom. Wild and free, my 2 words for 2020. Wild and free. And then the other 2 words are hyper real. And wow, This has been the most hyper real year of them all. So, sweethearts, oh, I'm just running into the moon card, which I asked Laura if they would sign my deck when I purchased this from them at the Witches Confluence in San Francisco last year. I'm obsessed with them. They're so special. And they wrote to Angela Mary with all my heart, Laura. Look at that heaven. You can't see it. Anyways, I'm just running into their hand as the work we're doing now is from our hand and our heart with the writing of our intentions, with the thanking of our ancestors and asking them, please drink. I love that. We'll break this deck into 3 and then back into 1. I have a pick a card that I will be producing. It could be even later today. I've really put my heart and soul into that video. It's an outdoor video, and I'm utilizing the Luminous Void deck for that. We are now stacking them back into 1 for authenticity. I do so like you to witness that. And then our first card is pulled. This is the sun, the wild sun. You can even see this just a little bit. The sun card is bursting forth right now, telling us that in our Scorpio full moon, that explosive star magic, the energy of the sun, is yearning to burst through every part of our works. Oh, it's such a complicated time. And it's also totally not a complicated time. It's such a magical time for us to own our magic. And so we have a way that I'm able to show you these works. My sweetheart son gave me the ability to display the Empress spread, which is meant to be an X before you. And they used one of Faye's headbands so I can tuck this work in so you're able to witness it. The Empress reading is an X to remind you of buried treasure, to remind you of taboo, wild freedom, to remind you of your own special sexuality, to remind you that double X sex, that forbidden fruit, could be just the magic that you're being sort of called to, that someone's trying to withhold from you. The sun ripened that forbidden fruit for you to taste. And now our second card is our free card. This is a single grain to feed many birds. This is a single grain to free many birds. I like that. So this freedom, this grain frees a whole flock of freedom and magic in your life. You just can't make this up. It's the moon card, the card that I just had to worship out loud with the works of pen from Laura, the creatrix of this deck themselves, that signed it for me. We know that the hands are the messenger of our heart. They reveal how we feel. Our Scorpio moon is all about our feelings, the watery moon of our oceans of emotions. I'll sing to that. The moon is calling you to the darkness of how you feel, how you know the truth that lies within. Thank you for your wild song. I feel fed and seen in my wildness now. I'll share with you, and I hope that you share too. And I have to show you gloriously, El Hermit pointed out that when we create that double X sex of combining the wild and free of these cards, they make a heart. And it's all about coming from our heart right now. It's about speaking from our heart right now. So thank you, El Hermit, for your wisdoms. A lot of times, because I don't have an academic approach or knowledge and wisdom that I have purchased or um, uh, what do I want to say? Um, Invested in. Everything I do is wild and free because it's errors, 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 and then something hits. It's all gestation. It's all in the darkness and under the soil. I never know if anything I'm doing is going to work. And I honor that wild and free, non academic approach of my life. And I honor the fact that it's happening in my 54-year-old body. I honor, and I'm sure you can see this in the images, all of the ways that time has touched me and all of the ways that time is framing me and all the scars of being a cancer survivor are showing. I'm about it right now. I'm coming from those cracks. I'm coming from that wild and free place of not knowing. That's where my knowledge lies. What about you? What's wild and free for you? You can share that here now. You can muse upon that. You can speak it out loud. You can tag me in posts. I'm having a great time right now connecting with others. Since Edgar taught me how to create a Zoom, I have a professional Zoom account now. So thank you, Edgar. Your success was really my success. And we do ascend together. And my success is your success. I can't feed you and hold you enough. I was able to create an offering, my very first of its kind since Edgar and I worked together for our ancestral protection spell. That's cosmic magic that I put on my channel today. It was down to the wire this morning. I really, truly didn't know if it was going to work. I was sweating and it worked. So thank you, Goddess. You know, I honor the times it doesn't work and I learn from those moments too. I was able to work with the fabulous cosmic fire, which is Tatiana Sakurai and their lover, DK Brainerd. They are a light worker and astrologer and just all around magical folks. I love them. They do a Saturday live stream here on YouTube. It's all linked in that video. I'll put a link to that video that I just put up today. It's 25 minutes of cosmic magic. I pulled the Emprix spread over there as well. And the consecutive cards are freaking me out right now. There was also consecutive cards in that Emprix reading as well. Tatiana does their incredible psychic weather report, and DK talks about astrology and general wisdom for 2020 and beyond for our freedom. Honey loves, this is a lot. Come back to me tomorrow and let me just offer you the gorgeous glory of gibbous moon magic. Let me feed you at a feast of divining. We'll do nothing but divination and tarot and pendulum, and I'll just have a huge feast for us. And we'll just kick it off at 12:30 p.m. Pacific, and it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a Bacchanalian, Gamoran, beautiful feast of wisdom and magic and solidarity with one another's growth and development in the dark. Honeys, I love you so much. Please remember that magic is your birthright and everything's a spell. This is Latham Thomas glowing glow maven, radical spell through Sarah Faith Goddess Dina. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for participating in this beautiful earth magic, this dark magic. So fabulous. I'll see you real soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Night, night. And you know I'm still here. I like to write you a note. I like to walk you out when you so generously visit me. Love you all so much. You can listen to the magic of the breeze that just kicked up. Please, girl.